The next core principle is lifelong learning and self-education. You need to become a lifelong learner. You need to become passionate about learning. And your education, you've got to take full responsibility for it and take ownership of it and be proactive about it. Don't wait for a teacher to get you to do some homework assignment or to read a book. Don't wait for some program or some training to teach you something. Go out there and proactively learn about life. And the reason this principle is so paramount is because when you're born, you have no information about the world. You don't know how the world works or what it is or what you're doing here. So you got to start to learn. And this process of learning will continue for the rest of your life. It's not just school. It's not just university. In fact, all of that was just the beginning of your entire educational career, which only really takes off after you graduate university. So, of course, this means reading lots of books. You should expect to read 100 or 200 books over the next 5 or 10 years. This is going to be absolutely essential. It's through these books that you will learn various perspectives, techniques, traps, mistakes, lessons, principles. You'll be exposed to new ideas, to new cultures, to history, to things you haven't ever heard about anywhere else. The quality and detail of information that's presented in books, a quality book, will be much greater than what you see in a video or on television or on some social media website. And you need that. You need that solid, high quality, reliable information to get you started. These are like your leads. These books are the source of leads for you as to what you should be pursuing and what techniques can work for you and so forth. And these books help you to understand what your problems are. See, part of the challenge is that you have problems that you don't even understand you have yet. It takes a lot of reading just to realize that. But also, don't stop at books. You also need to take courses, seminars, workshops. There are many online courses that are available these days on almost any topic that you would want to learn about. You can find in-person seminars and workshops, which are super important to go to. There's a very big difference between watching a workshop or a seminar online in video form and actually going to one live in person. You'll get 10 times more from going to the exact same workshop or seminar live rather than watching it as a video. Do not be cheap with your self-education. It's because you recognize that this principle is so important, lifelong learning, that you are willing to invest in your learning. You're willing to pay hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars for courses, seminars, workshops. You're willing to invest $500 to $1,000 every year in buying a bunch of new books. And an additional point about this lifelong learning, we're still talking about just this one principle of lifelong learning, is you need to develop a system for taking notes and for organizing all of this stuff that you're going to be researching and learning. Because you're going to have various techniques and ideas and principles that you're learning, vocabulary words, all of this, and you're going to have to compile it together in some way, a system. If you want an idea for how to do that, check out my episode about how to keep a commonplace book. That's my system that I use. The next core principle is observation. Observation is one of the keys to life. The essence of learning is observation. How do you learn anything? By observing it for a long period of time, very patiently, very methodically, over and over and over again. The power of observation is enormous, way more than anyone would ever imagine, which is why you can spend years and decades doing very careful and painstaking observation. And observation is the solution to the problem of ideology and dogma and various kinds of belief systems that you get trapped in. Observation is the antidote to being lost inside your own mind. What you need to do is to observe. And that's why science, to the extent that science is successful and has some good benefits for society, is because science focuses on observation. But now you need to take that on as a principle for yourself. It's not enough to have science observe for you and then to report the results to you. You need to become a keen observer of life and of reality. Observe everything. Observe people. Observe animals. Observe nature. Observe trees. Observe your own behaviors. Observe your own thinking process. Observe your motivations, your fears. Observe your problems and neuroses. Observe when you suffer. Observe when you're in pain. Observe when you're happy. Observe what makes you motivated. Observe what makes you depressed. Carefully observe all of that, and through this process, you will learn about yourself, you will learn about the world, you will learn about mankind, you will learn about business, anything. Anything you observe, you will make finer grained distinctions in, and you will learn how that thing works. So, observation is related, of course, to our earlier principle of direct experience as king. Observation goes hand in hand with direct experience. And the opposite of that is believing what other people tell you.